The story begins in a small, sunlit home in California, where a young boy named Ken spends his early years moving to the rhythm of music that fills the rooms. While most children his age are busy with toys or cartoons, Ken's world is different. He dances before he even understands the word dance. His tiny feet glide, jump, and twirl across the floor, as if his body has its own language. His parents watch him with mixed emotions. They smile because his joy is undeniable, but inside, they wonder where this path will lead. Dance, for Ken, is not a hobby or a simple childhood fascination. It is as natural to him as breathing. Music becomes his heartbeat. Every place becomes Ken's stage. In school hallways, while others talk and play, he drifts into motion. At the grocery store, surrounded by carts and shelves, he sways to the quiet background music. In parking lots, he practices small steps while waiting in the car. Other kids bond through video games or sports, but Ken feels closest to himself when he moves. Yet, even in his happiness, there is a quiet question inside him. He notices he is not like the others. He wonders why he doesn't quite fit in, why his passion seems strange to those around him. What he does not yet realize is that this difference, this unique fire inside him, will one day become the force that shapes his future and touches the world. As Ken grows older, the world around him starts to feel bigger, louder, and harder to understand. School becomes a place where being different is noticed, and not always in a kind way. Some classmates tease him, asking why he dances so much or why he can't just act normal. Teachers encourage him to focus on studies instead of movement. The pressure to blend in begins to weigh on him. But inside, something refuses to be quiet. Dance is the way he expresses what he cannot say. When he moves, he feels understood. One afternoon, Ken records a simple dance video in his bedroom. There is no fancy background, no expensive camera, just music and his heart poured into motion. He posts it online, not expecting much. But something remarkable happens. His video begins to spread. Comments appear from strangers around the world, admiring the grace and emotion in his movement. People say he dances like he's telling a story. Some say he dances like he is water flowing effortlessly. Suddenly, the boy who felt invisible becomes seen. Opportunities begin to open. Choreographers take notice. Dance teams invite him to train. His heart races with excitement and fear. The world is calling him forward, offering him a place where he doesn't have to hide who he is. It is the first moment Ken understands that the thing that made him different might actually be the thing that sets him free. Just as Ken begins to rise, life brings a moment that changes everything. At the center of Ken's world is his father, the person who first filled the house with music, who always encouraged him to dance with his heart, not just his feet. His father is the voice that says, "I believe in you, even when no one else does." Then, unexpectedly, Ken's father passes away. The loss hits like a wave he cannot escape. The music in the house falls silent. The rhythm that once flowed so freely through Ken's body feels distant and unreachable. Ken sits alone in his room, the same room where he made his first dance video, but now everything feels different. He watches old clips of himself dancing with his father cheering in the background. The memories are warm, but the pain is sharp. The world sees a rising star, but they do not see the tears that fall when the lights turn off. He begins to question everything, his dreams, his future, even dance itself. There are moments when he thinks of stopping completely. Without his father, who is he dancing for? But slowly, he realizes something deep. When he dances, he feels close to his father. Every beat of music carries his father's voice. Every movement is a conversation between them. Ken stands again, not to impress the world, but to keep his father's love alive. Dance becomes not just passion, but memory, healing, and strength. With grief still in his heart, Ken decides to step forward, carrying his father's memory with him. He throws himself into training, not just to get better, but to honor the love that shaped him. He joins the lab, a respected and award-winning dance crew known for discipline and passion. The training is intense. There are days when his muscles ache, days when he feels exhausted, days when the pain of loss tries to pull him back into silence. But each time, he remembers his father's words, "Dance with your heart." Slowly, his movements become stronger, sharper, and more meaningful. Choreographers begin to recognize him, not just as a talented boy, but as someone who dances with feeling. He learns from some of the world's best dancers, and every stage becomes another step in his journey. Then comes one of the biggest moments of his life, appearing on World of Dance. The lights are blinding, the stage is huge, and millions are watching. Ken stands there, knowing that somewhere, his father is watching too. As the music begins, Ken dances like the story of his life is unfolding in front of everyone. Each move speaks of love, loss, courage, and hope. The audience doesn't just see technique, they feel him. People around the world begin to admire him. He becomes a symbol of passion, resilience, and Filipino pride. The boy who once felt different is now inspiring others to believe in their dreams. Standing under the bright stage lights, Ken feels the warmth of the crowd watching him, not just as a dancer, but as someone they look up to. He has come a long way from the little boy dancing in the living room. The struggles, the loss, the moments of doubt, all of it has shaped him into who he is now. When people see him dance, they don't just see movement. They see a story. A journey of a boy who refused to give up, even when his heart was breaking. Ken takes a deep breath and steps forward. He shares his story with others, especially young dreamers who feel like they don't belong. He tells them that it's okay to be different. That being different is not a weakness, it is a gift. He reminds them that dreams are not meant to be easy. They require patience, courage, and the strength to keep going when everything feels heavy. When the music begins, Ken moves with a new kind of confidence, not to prove anything to the world, but to express who he truly is. Each motion is filled with emotion, every step connected to the past, the present, and the future he is still building. The audience rises to their feet, feeling the power behind his performance. In that moment, Ken realizes his journey is not just about dancing. It's about healing, inspiring, and living with purpose. His father's love moves with him still, in every beat, every breath, every dance.